السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Today we are looking at the lesson number 9, and if you can remember, we completed the lesson number 8, and we said we were almost doing a conclusion of the fi'l al-madi, right? Inshallah, this lesson, this particular lesson, we have a very long dialogue at the beginning, and it is not short one as we have been seeing. Okay, so as usual, we'll read the dialogue, then we'll go, and then if there's any grammatical rule or anything new, inshallah, we'll fish it out. So without wasting much time, let's just start, right? Inshallah, sanabda. Okay, so as you can see, ad-dars al-tasi, right? Ad-dars al-tasi, lesson number 9. So we have here دخل المدرس الفصل ووجد فيه 15 طالبا فقط. دخل المدرس الفصل, the teacher entered the classroom. ووجد فيه 15 طالبا فقط, and then he found in it, بمعنى in the class, 15 طالبا فقط, only 15 students, right? We have seen why here is fatha, here is fatha, here is feminine, and then here is masculine and masculine. The adad and then the ma'dud, adad al-murakkaba, right? So there's no need to stop here. Okay. فَقَالَ لَهُمْ, he said to them, بمعنى the teacher said to the students, أَيْنَ الطُّلَّابُ الْجُدُدُ الْخَمْسَةُ الَّذِينَ جَاءُوا أَمْسِ. أَيْنَ الطُّلَّابُ الْجُدُدُ الْخَمْسَةُ, where is the 5 new students? الَّذِينَ جَاءُوا أَمْسِ, who came yesterday, right? Bimana, then 5 new students who came yesterday. So they were new students yesterday who came yesterday, but when he entered the class, or as he entered the class, he didn't find them. So Qala Abdullah, one of the students, Abdullah, said, حضروا اليوم وخرجوا قبل قليل. Hadara, we all know Hadara, present. He was present. So Hadaru, they were present. Al-yawma, today, they were present today. وَخَرَجُوا قَبْلَ قَلِيلٍ, and then they left, or they went out a little ago, right? أَظُنُّ أَنَّهُمْ ذَهَبُوا إِلَى الْمُدِيرِ, I think that they went to the mudir, to the principal. We have seen أَظُنُّ. أَظُنُّ means what? I think, right? أَظُنُّ أَنَّهُمْ, I think they, I think that, anna that, hum, I think that they, ذهبوا إلى المدير, they went to the mudir, right? There's no confusion here, right? Okay. رجع الطلاب الخمسة بعد قليل. The 5 students came, okay, after a little. So you see the raja is mufrad. Bimana, it is not raja'u. We explain this, right? Because this is jumla fi'liya, and there should only be one fa'il. And this one. So raja'a tullabul khamsatu ba'da qalil. The 5 students returned after a little ago. So qala lahumul mudarrisu. The teacher said to them, أَإِلَى الْمُدِيرِ ذَهَبْتُمْ يَا أَبْنَائِي. Is it to the principal that you went, oh my children? Okay. قالوا, they said, نعم, yes. ذهبنا إليه لأننا ما وجدنا أسماءنا في القائمة. We went to him. ذهبنا إليه, we went to him. لأننا, because this has li. Li, I told you, we call it lam ta'lil, even though we have not looked at it. But that li, that lam is usually used to indicate purpose why you are doing something. So for example, I've given this example several times. If I want to see, okay, let me give you an example from the Quran. Allah says that He created us, human being and jinn. For what purpose? For the purpose that we should worship Him. That's the main purpose that Allah created. That's just the reason why Allah created us, for worship. So Allah says that وَمَا خَلَقُتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِي. You see the li, إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So that lam is what we call lam ta'lil. Lam, which means purpose. So that is what is here. إِلَيْهِ li, because, or for what reason? He is not, that lam comes to mean for. Okay, the reason why you did something. I went to the market for buying a book. I hope that is clear. Okay, so li'annana. So this one, it has three things. The first one is lam. We call lam ta'lil, for the lam for purpose. Then anna. So because, or for, or because is the same thing. Because anna, that, then the na is a pronoun. Because we ما وجدنا أسماءنا في القائمة. We didn't find our names, أسماءنا, our names, في القائمة, in the list. قائمة means list. Okay, list. For example, when one student get up and start writing the names of the students on a sheet of paper, okay, or we call it a list, right? So that list is all termed as قائمة. Okay, so they didn't find their name in a particular list that they are asking. Okay. جلس المدرس وقال. The teacher sat and said, أقرأتم درس الأمس يا أبنائي. Did you read yesterday's lesson? درس الأمس, yesterday's lesson. يا أبنائي, oh my children. قال الطلاب. The student said, نعم, yes, قرأناه وكتبناه وحفظناه. Yes, قرأناه, we read it, وكتبناه, and we wrote it, وحفظناه, and we memorized it. قال المدرس, the teacher said. Okay, the teacher said, أفهمتموه. أفهمتموه, did you understood it? So the verb is fahima. Then tum is the pronoun, that is the fa'il. تقديره ماذا? أنتم. Antum fahimtum. So fahima is the verb. Then the tum is the let me underline it so that you see what I'm talking about. Okay, the first three letters. This one is the hamza is istifham, is a question, so just disregard it for now. So the fahima is the verb. Then the tum, you can see the tum is part, is the doer. Okay, the tum is the doer. Then this wow, I explain it. When we are adding the object is the who. Fahimtumuhu, did you understand it? So this who is means what? The lesson, right? And then this tum means the students that he is asking. But this wow, I told you, when you have tum, fahimtum, okay, fahimtum, katabtum, and then you want to add the object to it. So katabtumhu, you won't say that. Fahimtumhu, you don't say that, but you say what? Katabtumuhu. Fahimtumuhu. When you have the tum attached to a verb, and you are now adding a maf'ulun bihi, which is a domir, a pronoun, you can't just attach it to the tum like that. You have to add wow before you attach the pronoun, okay, which is the maf'ulun bihi, the object, okay. And this is, I mean, khalisun, how do I say it? Specifically for the tum, for the pronoun tum, okay. So qalu, they said, Naam, yes, fahimnahu, we understood it. Jayyidan, very well. Okay. Ma ashala haza dars. So the teachers, the students are saying, Ma ashala haza dars. This ma, we call it ma at-ta'ajjub. Okay, ma at-ta'ajjub. When we say ajaba, bimana, he amazed. So we say ajibun. When we say something is ajibun, bimana, it is amazing. So if I say haza ajib, this is amazing, right? So that is where we say ma at-ta'ajjub. it comes to when you are amazed by something. Ma ashala hadha dars. How easy is this lesson? Okay, so for example, you took a particular meal and it is very nice. So you say, how delicious is this meal? Okay, that's so you say. So that this ma, when you use it like that, you say what? We call it ma at-ta'ajjub. Okay, ma at-ta'ajjub. Okay, so when you say ma ashal hadha dars, how easy is this lesson? Okay, so if I say ma alzaza hadha ta'am, how delicious is this food? Okay, in that order. So we'll call it ma at-ta'ajjub. Inshallah, we'll look at it later. It will come, as a subtopic on its own, and I will explain it very well. Okay, but now just know that it comes for, you can see there is an exclamation mark, right? So when someone is amazed, he usually uses this one. So ma ashala hadha. That's how. It doesn't mean this is not a negation. It doesn't mean the lesson is not easy. Okay, because it always comes with a fatha. So that's how we differentiate that, whether you are negating it or you are not. If you are negating it, here would have been, I don't know whether there is. I just saw something here. Let me try to see what I can show you. You can see here. See here. Ana ma fahimtu. I hope you can see it. So here would have been dhamma. Okay, if it were to be negation. Okay. But even, okay, ma most of the time even goes for a madi verbs. It doesn't go for mudore verbs. When it comes for mudore, it means a different thing. Okay, so don't confuse yourself, but just know that it is a ta'ajjub. Let me not try to explain it wider so that you confuse, because we already know certain things about the ma. So let me just pause here. Note that it is for exclamation, amazement. Also when it's amazed, so mostly you see an exclamation mark here. Okay, now let's continue here. Qala Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman said, Ana ma fahimtu fihi salasa kalimatin. I didn't understand. Ana ma fahimtu. I didn't understood. Fihi, in it, bimana, in the lesson. Salasa kalimatin. 3 letters. Sorry, 3 words. Okay, there are 3 words. I didn't understand them in that lesson. So qala al-mudarris. The teacher says, Ma hiya. What are they? Or what are those? Okay. So this here, ma here. Here, he used here as, because here is feminine, right? So why did he use here? Because the kalimat 3, they are plural. And jam'u li ghayri akil. Okay? Jam'u li ghayri akil. Whatever we are going to use for plural of non-living things, it must be feminine. Okay, so ma here, that's why he said ma here. But he didn't say ma huwa, or he didn't say ma hum, because they are plural. He said ma hum. No. We are not talking about living things. Okay, or we are not talking about human beings. Akil, those who have intellect. So qala Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman said, Qara'na fi darsi hazihi al-jumlata. We read in the lesson hazihi al-jumlata, this sentence. Ada jaddi min al-khurtum. Ada jaddi min al-khurtum. Okay, he saw this particular sentence in the lesson, so he didn't understand it. So فما معنى هذه الكلمات الثلاثة. So he's saying that فما معنى. So what is the meaning? فما معنى. Then what is the meaning? Or what is the meaning? هذه الكلمات الثلاثة, of these 3 letters. I'm saying letters. I don't know why. I keep on saying letters. 3 words. Okay. قال المدرس. The teacher said, Ada. So he's trying to explain this one. Ada. Okay. It is a verb. So Ada. Ma'naha. Ada is meaning. Ma'naha is meaning. Raja. Okay, so Ada is the same as Raja. Okay. Ada. Raja. Raja means what? He returned. Ada also means he returned. So this is the reason why some people says يقول بعض أهل العلم. Okay, some of the knowledgeable people in Arabic language, they says that this is the reason why Eid. Okay, when we have a festival, we call it what? Eid. For example, Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr. They both, we call it them what? Eid. Eidun. So they are from this particular word. Ada. So Adam means it returns. So why did they say Eid? Or why is it derived from this word? Bimana, it returns every year. I hope that is clear. It is something that is cyclical. So even if we celebrate Eid today, what happens? After some time, it will come back. So they say that Ya'udu kulla sana. It returns every year. So they say that is the reason why they eat. They say so those who have the view that it is from this word, that is the explanation they give. Okay, wallahu alam, Allah knows best. So anyway, Adam means raja'a, bimana, he returned. Wal jaddu, and then jaddun, okay, jaddun, the grandfather, right? Ma'naha is meaning Abul Abbi, okay, Abul Ab. So what is Abul Ab? Your father's father, okay, father. How do I say it? That's just a simplicity. Okay, when you have your father, he's also that your father, his father. Okay, that's in simplicity grandfather, right? So that's why I say Abul Ab, or Abul Abul So for example, your mother's father is still what? Your grandfather, right? It's still your grandfather. So that's what I say in here. Or Abul Okay, the father of the mother. Okay, father. Now, al-khurtum. Mama al-khurtum. He's trying to explain khurtum. What's the meaning of khurtum? Khurtum. Asimatu Sudan. Asimatu Sudan. What is Asimatu? I think we have seen this before. Asimatun is the capital. Okay, when we have a country, the capital of the country is called Asimatu. Okay, so if I say Asimatu, which country should I use as an example? Okay, so if I say Asimatu Misr, okay, Huwa al-Qahira, the capital of Misr, of Egypt, is what? Cairo, right? So Asimatu Sudan, the capital of Sudan is all named as Khartoum. I hope that is clear. Okay. So afahimta, did you understand? Qala Abdul Rahman said, Al-ana fahimtu. Now I have understood. Okay, I have understood. ثم فتح المدرس كتابه وقرأ درسا جديدا. ثم then, okay, ثم means then, فتح المدرس كتابه, the mudarris, the teacher, opened his book, وقرأ درسا جديدا, and he read a new lesson. Okay. خلق الله الشمس والقمر والنجوم والأرض والبحار. Okay. خلق الله الشمس, Allah created the sun, والقمر, and then the moon, والنجوم, and then the stars, والأرض, and then the earth, والبحار, and then the seas. Okay. Or the oceans. Okay, the oceans. Hope that is clear. So, وَخَلَقَ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ, and then he created everything. وَخَلَقَ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ طِينٍ, and then he created insan, the human being, from mud or clay. Okay, min tin. ثُمَّ قَالَ, then he said, وَكَتَبَ هَذَا الدَّرْسَ, and then he wrote this lesson على السبورة. And then he wrote this lesson on the board. Okay, board. Okay. Now, let's continue. رفع محمد يده وقال. Muhammad raised his hand. رفع means he raised. Okay, رفع محمد يده. Muhammad raised his hand. وقال, and said, ما معنى, what is the meaning of tin? What is the meaning of tin? Okay, tin. Ya Ustazu, O Ustaz. قال المدرس, the teacher said, الطين معناه, tin معناه is meaning التراب المختلط بالماء. التراب المختلط بالماء. When we say اختلط, بمعنى he mixed. So when we say مختلط, بمعنى the thing that is mixed. I hope that is clear. Something that has been mixed with another thing is what we call muhtalitu. So that's why we say at-turabul muhtalitu bil ma. Okay, sand, at-turab, sand, muhtalitu bil ma, mixed with water. I hope that is clear. That's what he meant by twin. وَرَفَعَ فَيْصَلٌ يَدَهُ, and then Faisal raised his hand. فَقَالَ لَهُ الْمُدَرِّسُ, and then the teacher said to him, I hope that is clear. أَإِنْدَكَ سُؤَالٌ يَا فَيْصَلْ, did you have a question, O Faisal? قَالَ فَيْصَلٌ, okay, Faisal says, نعم, yes, إِنْدِي سُؤَالٌ, I have a question. Okay. Al-biharu jam'ul bahr. Okay. Al-biharu jam'ul bahr. You have to be very careful here. You can see this is istifhamiyya. This is question. Let me just go back and then you see something. Okay. You can see al-bihar. Let me see. Naam. It's the same thing. You can see al-bihar. Al-bihar. So here is having alif. Okay. So that is similar thing he did here. You see, the al-bihar, it is just al-bihar, but because he is trying to add hamza to istifham, he will say al-bihar. He will do that. He will say al. You have to change it al-bihar. So prolong the pronunciation of the first letter. So al-biharu jam'ul bahr. I hope that is clear. So that's the question. So you see, is the bihar, the seas. Jam'ul bahr is bihar, the plural of bahrun. I hope that is clear. Okay. قال المدرس, the teacher said, Naam, yes, huwa kazalik, it is like that. When we say huwa kazalik, bimana, it is like that. Okay, when someone says something and it is correct, you say huwa kazalik, it is like that. So it's an expression. قال Hassan, Hassan says, sorry, قام الحسن, Hassan got up and said, وقال ما جمع السماء, what is the plural of السماء يا أستاذ? قال المدرس, the teacher said, جمعها سماوات, its plural is samawat. So bimana, the plural of sama is samawat. Okay. Okay. ثم سأل المدرس الطلاب عدة أسئلة. ثم سأل المدرس, the teacher asked the students, okay, عدة أسئلة, a number of questions. Okay, المدرس, the teacher. من خلقك. So after they asked him, he is now also asking the students, Man khalaqaka ya Ibrahim. So he's speaking to Ibrahim. Man khalaqaka, who created you? Ya Ibrahim, O Ibrahim. Ibrahim answers by saying, Khalaqani Allahu. Allah created me. Khalaqani Allahu. Allah created me. I hope that is clear. Okay. Let me try to explain something here. Please observe. The verb here is khalaqa. I hope that is clear. Khalaqa. And then Allah is the doer. Okay. Haza huwa al-fa'il. Lafzul jalal Allah. Allah is the doer. Okay, so the verb is khalaqa. So khalaqa Allahu. Allah created. Then me. You are using a pronoun. The pronoun is which one? The ya al-mutakallim, right? This ya. Now, what is the function of this noon? It is very important. Okay. So if I say Dorabani al-mudarrisu. Dorabani al-mudarrisu. The teacher beat me. Okay. I hope that is clear. The teacher beat me. Dorabani. You see the noon is added. Most of the time you see the noon. Well, not most of the time, all the time. Khalaqani Allahu. If you are referring if you are the object and you are attaching it to the noun. Okay. I'm saying the noun, the verb. if you are the object, the one speaking, and you are attaching this yaw al-mutakallim to the verb, there is always noon. I don't know whether you observe it. Khalaqani Allah. Okay, khalaqani. Khalaqa is the verb. Allah is the doer. The object is ya al-mutakallim. What is the function of this noon? That's what I'm asking. Okay, we call it noon al-wikaya. Okay, it's for protection. For protection. The reason is that the reason why it is there. Please observe very well. Let me explain. The reason why it is there. If we remove it, it will now become khalaqi Allah. Khalaqi Allah. I hope it is clear. Khalaqi Allah. Because you can observe that. Let me type. Okay, let me type so that you see what I'm talking about. Okay. Please observe very well. Observe. Observe. Here. So this is what I'm saying. Haza huwa al-fi'l. This is the verb. Wa haza huwa al-maf'ul bihi. This is the maf'ul bihi, the object. Now, sorry. Here there is a mistake in it, right? I added tau here. It shouldn't have been there. So let me remove this. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now, this is the verb. Khalaqa. Khalaqa. The first three letters. The object is this ya. Khalaqani. So we have Allah here. Okay. We have Allah here. Bimana Allah created me. Khalaqa Allahu ana. That is not a correct sentence, but I'm just breaking now so that you understand what I'm talking about. Khalaqa Allahu, Allah created ana, me. But we don't say that. We use this one, this domir pronoun to attach. So khalaq. But I'm saying that this noon, it is not in Arab. It doesn't count. It has a reason why it is there. So that's what I'm explaining. Now, assuming it is not there. So let's assume it is not there. Normally, if you are attaching this yaw, how will you see khalaq? So you see this yaw, you can't pronounce it. But what happens is that you can remember that when we are adding this yaw al-mutakallim, the letter before it, we usually change it to what? To kesra. Kitabi, hakibati. I hope that is clear. Most of the time, to make pronunciation very easy, when this yaw is attached, the yaw al-mutakallim is attached, the letter that comes before it, we usually change it to what? To kesra. Okay. So change here to kesra so that we can pronounce it. Assuming this noon is not there, just forget about this noon for now. We want to see why the noon is there. So assuming it wasn't there. So you say what? Khalaqi Allah. Khalaqi Allah. Now, if you say Khalaqi Allah, it's because the vowels are there for you to read. If the vowels are not there, let me remove it and you see. Okay, this vowel is not there. This one is not there. And this one is not there. You see. Now, if someone is reading, the person doesn't know. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Let me remove this. Okay. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, Khalaqi Allah. Now, if the vowels are not there, someone reading it, the person can try to put any vowel of his choice. So the person can say this. Okay. Khalqi. Khalqi means my creation. My creation. Allah. My creation is Allah. Subhanallah. So you see what it will cause. It will cause a very big, blasphemy. I hope that is clear. So they put that noon al-wikaya, mostly when this ya is attaching. Because the ya, most of the time, to make pronunciation easy, as I just told you, we usually put kesra on the letter that comes before it. So that, because if here is fatha, khalaqaw, you can't pronounce it. You say haki, you say kitabahu or kitabu. You can't pronounce it. That's why you usually see kitabi, hakibati, baiti. Mostly when that ya is coming, we put kesra. So if you put the kesra here and the vowels are not there, if someone is reading, the person may read it as this as in now, okay, and give here kesra. So that's just the example I told you, halki, my creation. So to give a problem, that would be a problem. So that's why we add that yaw that we call a yaw. I'm saying yaw, noon. We add that noon that we call noon al-wikaya. I hope that is clear. Noon al-wikaya. So khalaqani Allah. Khalaqani Allah. So when that noon is there, if someone is reading, he just know that that's a verb, and this one is the object. I hope that is clear. Okay. So that is the reason why the noon is there. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher. Man khalaqakum ya abna'i. Who created you, oh my children? Khalaqana Allahu. Allah created us. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher now said, Man khalaqani ya Abbas. So the teacher is asking them, who created me? Me, the teacher. Okay. So Abbas said, Khalaqaka Allahu. Allah created you. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher said, Man khalaqa shamsa ya Abdullah. Who created the sun? Oh Abdullah. So here, why is Abdul having fatha? I think we'll explain this. When al-munada, this is the munada, the thing that is being called. Abdullah is what we are calling, right? So this ya is what? Harful munada, right? And this is, harful nida. And this is the munada, the thing that we are calling. If the thing that we are calling is mudaf and mudaf ilay, the mudaf will take fatha. We have said this. So we say ya Ababakar. We don't say ya Abu Bakar. Okay, that's not correct. Abu Bakar is initial Abu. But if you are using the ya, you say Abba. Okay, so the same thing. Ya Abdallahi, not Abdullahi. Because here is mudaf and mudaf ilay. The mudaf has to be fatha. Okay. Now Abdullah says khalaqa Allahu. Allah created it. Okay, khalaqa. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher. وَمَنْ خَلَقَ الْقَمَرَ يَا Abdul Rahman. And who created the qamar, the moon, who Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman says خَلَقَهُ اللَّهُ. Allah created it. Okay, Al-mudarrisu, the teacher. وَمَنْ خَلَقَ النُّجُومَ يَا Ahmad. And who created the stars, who Ahmad. Ahmad says خَلَقَهَ اللَّهُ. Allah created them. Okay. Yaqub says, Ya Ustaz, indi su'alun laysat lahu alaqatun bid-dars. Indi su'alun, I have a question. Laysat lahu alaqatun. When we say alaqatun, it means relationship. Okay, relationship. I hope that is clear. Alaqatun means relationship. So if maybe the relationship between you and someone, the relationship between you and your father, okay, the relationship between you and your brother, I hope that is clear. That's alaqatun. Okay. So when he says in this one, laysat lahu alaqatun bid-dars, that the question I'm having doesn't have any relation with the lesson. The man is going to ask a question that is outside what they learn from the lesson. It doesn't have any relationship with the lesson. So al-mudarrisu, the teacher says, ma huwa, what is it? So Yaqub says that qara'tu fi kitabin anna an-nujuma ab'adu min ash-shams. I read from a book. Qara'tu fi kitab. I read in a book. Anna an-nujuma, that the stars ab'adu min ash-shams. They are ab'adu. You can remember this is what ism tafdil. I hope you have not forgotten. Comparative and superlative. Comparative. Ab'adu min. I hope you can remember. Atwalu min. Okay. Atwalu min. Ab'adu min. Okay. So ab'adu min, farther than. So he says that qara'tu anna nujuma ab'adu min ash-shams. Okay. I read that in a book that the stars are far away than the sun. I hope that is clear. So he's asking the teacher whether that's correct. Asahihun haza. Is this correct? Asahihun haza. Is this correct? The mudarris, the teacher, replied by saying that Naam, yes, haza sahih. This is what? This is true. مِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْإِنسَانَ يا Usman. He's asking Usman, مِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْإِنسَانَ, from what? Okay, this mimma has this is something new. It composed of two things. Okay, the first thing is, okay, let me try to min. Sorry. Okay, we have, okay, min. Okay, and then we have ma. Okay, so min means what? From. The ma means what? What. So from what? I hope that is clear. From what? So mim. So this is what they have shortcutted as this mimma. Okay, mimma is, it has min and then ma. So min ma, from what? Then you see mimma. Okay, mimma khalaqa Allahu al-insan, from what did Allah created the insan, the human being, ya Usman? So he's asking Usman. Usman replied by saying that خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ طِينٍ, Allah created the insan, the human being, min tin, from what? From mud or clay, right? So al-mudarrisu, the teacher says, Ahsanta ya Usman. Ahsanta ya Usman. Okay, you have done well, ya Usman. Okay. وَمِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ. وَمِمَّا, and from what? Okay, خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ, and from what did Allah create the jinn? Al-Janna is jinn. Okay, Ya Abu Bakr, oh Abu Bakr. So you see, this is Abu Bakr. That was what I was explaining. But because it is Mudaf ilay, Abu Bakr is Mudaf and Mudaf ilay. Okay, and you are attaching a ya to it, the Mudaf will turn to Mansub. I hope that is clear. It will turn to Mansub. And this is from the Asma'ul Hamza, Abu. So when it is Mansub, it will now be what? Aba, like Ahu. Okay, Ahun. So if it is Mansub, it will be what? Aha. So you see, for example, Ahaka. Okay, Ahuka is the marfu state. When it is Mansub, Ahaka, your brother. Okay, so the same thing here. Ya Aba Bakrin. Okay, Aba Bakrin. Okay, the father of Bakr. So now, okay, now let me show you something here. Why we have to be very careful. If I make a mistake, okay, assuming I make a mistake and I give here fatha, mimma khal, okay, let me say astaghfirullah first. Mimma khalaqallaha al-janna. Okay, or I give here al-jannu and I mistakenly change here to fatha. What does it mean? From what did the Jannah, the jinn, created Allah? I want to explain this. Okay, this is saying this is blasphemy, but because of explanation's sake, I must say it so that you understand the reason why Arab is very, very important. Most of the time, why we spend our time explaining why this one is fatha and this one is mansub, this one is majrur. Why? Because of the importance. If you are reading Quran, okay, or you are reciting Quran, you are pondering over Quran or whatever, and then you make a slight mistake. A particular place is supposed to have Dhamma. You change it to Fatha. You can just change the meaning without changing anything, just changing a vowel, a haraka will change everything. So, mimma khalaqallahu, from what? Because we explain this, the one having the Dhamma is the doer, and then the one having the Fatha is the object. So here Allah is the object. Allah is the thing that is being created. If you write something like this, so وَمِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهَ الْجَانُّ, and from what did the jinn created Allah? If you do this, that's what it means. I hope that is clear. So please, we have to be very careful. We have to understand the Arab a lot. Okay. And it gives it, a very beautiful understanding of the Quran. When you are reading the Quran, the Arab, it helps you a lot. You can be able to figure out, what this is the object. Okay, this is what Allah mean, without necessarily, without, a great difficulty. I hope that is clear. So please, let's pay attention to our Arab very well. So, وَمِمَّا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ, and from what did Allah created the jinn? Yeah, Abu Bakr. So Abu Bakr says that, so we can now say Abu Bakr, not Abu Bakr. Okay, so Abu Bakr says that خَلَقَ اللَّهُ الْجَانَّ مِنْ نَارٍ, Allah created the jinn, al-janna is jinn, min narin, from fire. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher, كَيْفَ عَرَفْتَ ذَلِكَ يَا أَبَا بَكْرٍ, how did you know that? Sorry, how did you know that? كَيْفَ عَرَفْتَ, the verb is, okay, arafa, he knew. So if I say araftu, I knew. Okay, araftu anna kaza wa kaza, I knew that so and so. Okay, so kaifa arafta zalika, how did you know that? So he's asking, how did you know this answer? Okay, Ya Abu Bakr, oh Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr says that araftu zalika, I knew this min al-Quran al-Kareem, I knew this from Quran al-Kareem. Okay, the noble Quran. Okay, the noble Quran. Okay, فجاء في سورة الأعراف. Okay, فجاء, it has certainly, or it has came. جاء, it has came. في سورة الأعراف, in سورة الأعراف. أن إبليس, that Iblis, قال لله, Iblis said to Allah. Okay, أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. Okay, أنا خير منه, I am better than him. When Allah told the angels to prostrate to what? To Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, they all prostrated except what? Iblis. So we all know this. So that is Surah Al-Araf specifically, that is where he's quoting this ayah from, right? So أنا خير منه, I am better than him. That was the answer Iblis gave for not prostrating. خلقتني, you created me, min narin, from fire. وَخَلَقْتَهُ, and then you created him, min tin, from clay. And you created him from clay. Okay, Surah Al-A'raf. We all know what A'raf means, right? A'raf. Okay, Surah means Surah. This is the name of a Surah, Surah Al-A'raf. We all know that. But what is the meaning of A'raf? Okay, A'raf. A'raf is said to be the place where on the day of judgment, okay, may Allah make us among the muflihun, okay, those who will succeed, okay, wal mukarrabin, and those who will be close to Allah. So there will be some people who will be in between, maybe like their good deeds and bad deeds cancel out, so they are stuck in the middle. They are not in fire, they are not in Jannah. So they are going to be at a place that is called Araf. Okay, Araf. Allah mentioned that in that particular surah, in Surah Al-Araf. Okay, Allah mentioned that. May Allah not make us among them. So they are going to stuck in between. They are not in hellfire, they are not in Jannah. So they are going to be at a place that is called Araf. Okay, you can check up for the whole, details of that in that particular surah, inshallah. Anna Iblis, that Iblis called her, Ana khayru minhu khalaqtani min nari wa khalaqtahu min tin. You created me from fire. Ana khayru minhu, I'm better than him. So khalaqtani min nari, you created me from fire, wa khalaqtahu min tin, you created him from tin. Al-mudarrisu, the teacher says, Ahsanta ya Abu Bakr, you have done well, O Abu Bakr. Okay, Kam sama'an khalaqa Allahu ya Abdullah. Kam sama'an, how many skies? Okay, so if you can just remember, he said that as-sama is singular and then samawat is plural. So why did he use how many? We say what? How many skies, right? But why did he say? He didn't use samawat because that's a plural. Okay, but he said how many sky, not skies. How many sky? Because this is a singular form of the. So what's the reason? What's the reason? If you can remember, we said whenever Kam comes, okay, after Kam, Tamyiz, okay, Tamyiz, and Tamyiz is what? Singular, Okay, so كم سماء خلق الله يا أبا عبد الله. How many skies? Okay, sama. Allah created. Oh, Abu Bakr. He's asking Abdullah. So Abdullah says خلق الله سبع سماوات. Allah created I'm saying sky, heaven. Okay, the 7 heavens. I hope that is clear. So خلق الله سبع سماوات. Allah created the 7 heavens. المدرس, the teacher, says وفي كم يوم خلق الله السماوات والأرض. And in how many days? We see في كم يوم. In كم, how many? يوم, days. So in how many days خلق الله السماوات did Allah create the samawat? Okay. Now والأرض, and then the earth. يا عبد الرحمن, oh Abdul Rahman. Abdul Rahman answers by saying خلق الله السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام. Okay, Allah created the samawat and then the earth في 6 أيام, in 6 days. Okay, in 6 days. 6 أيام, 6 days. Okay, المدرس, the teacher says هذا صحيح, this is correct. قال الله تعالى في كثير من الآيات. Allah says قال الله تعالى, Allah Azza wa Jal, bimana, the exalted. Okay, if you can just remember the last lesson, I made mention, we saw something like Alin. You can remember Alin. I can't remember the sentence in which it came. Okay, let me see whether I can remember that particular sentence. We came across a particular word Alin, and I explained it using the example of Firaun, where Allah says he was a very كان يعني إنه كان عاليا من المسرفين. Okay, so when we say something is alin, I told you it is height. Aha, I think we were talking about minaret, the minaret. And when he said the minaret was alin, I can't remember the full. But that's the similar thing, that is, it is coming from the same origin. Okay, al, okay, ta'ala, okay, the exalted. Allah, the exalted, the one who is exalted above everything. So, قال الله ta'ala, Allah the exalted, said, في كثير من الآيات, in many of his ayats, بمعنى the ayats of the Quran, أنه خلق 7 سماوات, that he created, أنه خلق, that he created 7 سماوات, the 7 heavens. Okay, فقال في سورة الطلاق, and then he said in Surah الطلاق. Okay, what's the meaning of talaq? Surah, we all know surah. The surah of the Quran is called surah. What is talaq? Talaq means divorce. Okay, talaq means divorce. So فقال في سورة الطلاق, and he said in Surah الطلاق, الله الذي خلق 7 سماوات, Allah is the one who created the 7 heavens. وكذلك قال في كثير من الآيات, and similarly when you see وكذلك, and that is so, or when you say and similarly, so وكذلك, and that is so, قال في كثير من الآيات, he said in many of his ayats, بمعنى the ayats of the Quran, إنه خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام. إنه, he is indeed the one, خلق السماوات والأرض, he created the heavens and the earth, في 6 أيام, in 6 days. فقال في سورة الحديد, and then he said in Surah Al-Hadid. Okay, what is Hadid? Surah, we all know Surah Al-Hadid. There is a surah that is called Surah Al-Hadid. But what is the meaning of Hadid? Just Hadid alone in Arabic, it means what? Okay, iron. Okay, iron, the metal iron. Okay, yes, nowadays we use it to build houses. When they are building houses, they use iron rods and a lot of things. Even when they are constructing bridges and other things, they use the iron. Okay, so Allah is the one who brought it down. Okay, it is not formed on the earth. Okay, if you look at science, they will tell you it actually it comes from above. Okay, the ozone layer, it is something, I don't know how to describe it, but it is not within the earth. It is something that comes down. Okay, so Allah explained it very beautifully there. Okay, وَأَنزَلْنَا الْحَدِيدَ, we send down the hadid, the iron. Okay, which we use. It have a lot of, strength in it. We use it in construction and other things. Just the iron, the metal iron, that's what we call hadid. Okay, هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام, is the one who created the heavens and the earth في 6 أيام, in 6 days. Okay, tamarin, we have tamarin, exercises, right? So Labudda and we have to pause here, inshallah, and then we'll complete the exercises in the next lesson. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في قرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم من الآيات والذكر الحكيم. Please, if there's any question, any confusion, anything that is not clear, please draw our attention, inshallah. We'll make it clear for you, inshallah. Or any suggestion that you have, try to contact us through the email, or probably those who are in the groups, you can contact the moderators in the groups, inshallah. They will help you with the WhatsApp groups and then the Telegram group, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.